Hello everyone, I'm back to play more of Suhoshin. Oh, and it's Luphisra here. Changed up my intro a little bit, but yeah, we're back. So, okay, I arrived at Mr. Kim's house. There was a servant outside. She was sweeping up. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Is there something I could do for you? Yes, I need to speak with Mr. Kim. Stop sweeping immediately. Very well, I'll notify him at once. Thank you, I'll wait here. Well, how am I gonna break it to him? He already lost his wife, now this? Servant came back a few moments later. You may come inside, Mr. Kim is waiting. Thank you. She motioned for me to enter. Once we reached the end of the hall, the servant pointed to the room on the left. I thanked her for once more and went in. It was a small room, and Mr. Kim was seated inside. Good afternoon, Yuri. Good afternoon, sir. You wish to see me? I did. What is this about? I'm sorry, sir, but I've come bearing some unpleasant news. His face showed no emotion. He said nothing, just waiting for me to continue. We just found Yuna's body. The silence stretched on for what felt like an eternity. I've been expecting this. I'm so sorry, sir. Don't be, Yuri. The fault rests entirely on me. I was the one who let her alone during the ritual 2 days ago. I'm responsible for her death. And poor Yuna, I was not a good father to her. I knew how bored she was in this little village of ours. She had so few friends. Dreamed of life in the big city. I failed to make her happy. That was my biggest regret. Sir, can you tell me how it happened? I can't, sir, although I'm sure of very little at the moment. Here's what I think. She was probably murdered the day before yesterday, and her body was thrown into the pond. That's where a guard found her this morning. The body shows the same wounds as the other victims. I see. The killer is aware of everything going on in the village and all of our movements. I'm afraid you're right. Yuri, I'd like to see my daughter one last time. Is she still in the garden? Yes, sir. I'd like to come with you, if you would permit me. Of course you may. Did you inform Mr. Lee? The guard who was with me took care of that. He got up and could see in his body language how this was affecting him. We left the room, and he called for a servant. I feel bad for Mr. Kim. I do not know if you ever heard, but Yuri found Yuna's body. Oh my. It's in the garden. We need to collect her body. Organize a group to take care of her, please. Right away, sir. I was grieving for him. I also felt quite uncomfortable dealing with all this. Being a guard meant having to inform the families of the bereaved of the loss. I never imagined it would be this heartbreaking, the news to those closest to me. I counted Mr. Kim as one of those people. I would never wish this on anyone, but especially not him. Come, Yuri, let's be going. We left the house and walked in silence. I feel so bad. Like, Yuna is dead, and it's most possible that Yunsu is dead if she is the fox, because the fox is using her identity, obviously. Oh my shit. And it didn't take long for her to arrive at the garden, at the entrance to the garden. Mr. Lee was there with 2 guards at his side. Behind us, a small group of servants was running to catch up. I'll wait here, sir. Please take your time. Thank you, Yuri. Mr. Lee approached. Mr. Kim, you have my deepest condolences. I'm considering bringing in reinforcements to help us find this killer and prevent this sort of thing from happening again. We can discuss that later, as you wish. Mr. Kim is returning, and the 2 guards went into the garden. I was left alone with Mr. Lee. I cannot trust you with this task anymore, Yuri. You are far too slow, and Yuna's death is the result of that. Like, you have been doing anything. You've been just standing your ass off doing nothing. Now you dare point the finger at Yunsu? I will not stand for this. It's not what you think, sir. You think I do not understand what game you're trying to play? You have nothing to hide why I refuse to answer. I told you to say nothing more than that. Your returns brought nothing but misfortune down on the village. I'll be discussing all of this with Mr. Kim. If things go my way, you'll no longer be allowed in Yangdong. It was not only unfair to me, but was greatly concerning. By refusing to talk about his daughter, Mr. Lee was raising even more suspicions about her. Worse than that, was there a possibility he was involved? My curiosity was growing, but there was no point in pushing him any further. Well, if he does kick me out of the village, well, then everyone's gonna die. Okay? I'll be the only one who survives, okay? Joke's on ya. So I'd keep my mouth shut for the time being. I really want to punch him. I swear. I don't want him to die, but I really don't like him, okay? After a time, Mr. Kim came out the gardens, accompanied by his servants and the guards. They were carrying Yuna's body with them, having wrapped it in long sheets. Once they were past, Mr. Lee turned to me. You are to stay home tomorrow morning. I do not want you investigating this further. I shall send someone to inform you when we decide to do with you. But sir, hold your tongue, I'm the one making the decisions here. I do not dare go to Mr. Kim about this. He has more important things on his mind without having to worry about you. Yeah, I think he's so sus. I have a feeling he might know about his daughter. Because why else would he want to hide so much about the daughter and not talk to Mr. Kim about it? I don't trust him. He went off towards Mr. Kim, and the whole group disappeared around a corner. I was all alone. I can't believe this. You'll never figure out the truth without me. Does Mr. Lee know the truth about his daughter? Maybe that's why he's trying to push me away. Damn, what am I supposed to do now? If I'm going to save this village from a certain disaster, I'm going to need some other way to prove that Minsu is the Kumiho. How about I go speak to Poxley before heading home then? Maybe he can help. I'll be interested to see who he appoints for Yuna's death. Either way, I have no other options and very little time to work with. I only need a few moments to make up my mind. Alright, I'll go see the Boxu. What have I got to lose? I left the Yongbang district and headed west towards his house. I don't trust Mr. Lee. Never thought I'd be back here, let alone asking him for help. I have to admit that there may be some truth behind his words, as unbelievable as that might sound. I walked towards his house and called out. Hello, anyone in there? No answer. Did he go somewhere? He shouldn't have left. I called out once more. Still no answer. Of course, gone right when I needed him. I don't have time to go looking for him. Walked around a small house calling for him every so often. Is he dead? If he's in there, he must have heard me by now. I took another look around, but all was silent. I have a bad feeling about this. Knocked on the door. Are you in there? I'm coming in. I weighed my options before deciding to have a peek inside. He's dead. He's dead. Not again. There's the bloody remains of the village Boxu. It didn't surprise me to find a massive hole in the chest. This will become a normal sight for me. Always one step ahead. Damn this Kumiho. I turned around. Another missed opportunity to get some information, which means I've completely run out of options. Either I have to make Mr. Lee talk or confront his daughter directly. For now, I better head home and think about how best to proceed. Right, don't tell anyone that someone's dead. Sure. But the village Boxu is a shaman. How does he not know that it's just the fox? Oh, whatever. Like yesterday, I headed to the orphanage to pick up Sua. Once we reunited, we returned home. How did it go today? It was a disaster. Why? What happened? Nothing went as planned, and now Mr. Lee wants me gone. Maybe he did. That's what got him killed. Maybe he is the only one that knows how to defeat the Kumiho. That's why the Kumiho went after him. But he didn't have any other powers to fight back. Maybe. But I'll say this, though. Mysterious Lady Suhoshin, you are doing a terrible job at protecting your village. Okay? Terrible job. You're supposed to be the protector. You're supposed to be the guardian. You're doing no shit. Like, what kind of protector are you? Why would he want that? Let me explain. Second murder and I'm out? I mean, if it was someone smart. Like the first murder, okay, you know what? Second murder, okay, suspicious. Third murder and it's a young bud, I'm like, I'm out of here. Okay, even nobles are not safe. I'm out of this town, man. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, village. I'll move to Dongne or somewhere else. Not my problem anymore. Let me explain. Our talk this morning started out alright, but as soon as I started asking about Yunsu's health, he got furious. He did? Yeah. I have a feeling that he's hiding something, which makes him all the more suspicious. I find it hard to believe that you'd be helping the killer. I wouldn't go as far as to say he's acting as an accomplice, but it's clear that there's something he doesn't want us to know. How did your discussion end? We were interrupted when a guard came in saying he's found Yuna's body. Oh no, that's terrible. It is. Poor Mr. Kim losing everyone like that. Do you know Yuna? No, never said a word to her. But from what I saw, she seemed very kind. Well, she wasn't kind in the other timeline. She killed us. So, Yuna's fate is either she dies or she is the killer. Damn. Where did that guard find her body? In the small pond in the garden. Her body was floating there. I don't want to imagine. I think she was killed the day before yesterday while we were attending the Baksu ritual. How did Mr. Kim take it? Well, I took it on myself to break the news. He tried to remain stoic, but I can tell that he's grieving. Understandable. He lost his wife and now his daughter over the course of just a few days. And Mr. Lee more or less ordered me to stop my investigation, practically blaming me for everything that has happened in the village since my return. That's not very reasonable on his part. There's one last thing. There's more? Yes. Before returning home, I convinced myself to go see the Baksu and ask for his help. Ah, then you're starting to believe his powers after all. Please. What do you say? Found him dead in his home. Oh dear. That's where we stand. Now you know everything I do. A disaster indeed. What are we gonna do if you cannot continue your investigation? There's no way I'm just giving up. Really? I'll be honest with you. I don't care what Mr. Lee says. He has shown time and time again that he's unable to deal with this crisis. That's probably why they stuck him in Yangdong. Under normal circumstances, there will be nothing for him to do except collect taxes. A suitable task for him. That's quite harsh. It may be true. It may be, but it doesn't make it any less true. As for me, I love Yangdong and its people. We were born here. I couldn't live with myself if I were to leave before catching this killer. So I decided to go see Mr. Kim early tomorrow and tell him everything. If he won't help get Mr. Lee to speak on the subject, then there only leaves one way to solve this. What's that? I have to confront Yusu directly. Oh no, please don't do that. It's far too dangerous. We're not at that point yet, but I have no other choice in the matter. I must. I cannot stand by while people are being struck down one after another. I just hope it doesn't come to that. Don't worry, I believe Miss Kim will listen. Hope you're right. I don't know how early you get up in the morning. Will you wake me? Of course. And I think it may help if you came too. To Mr. Kim's? Yeah, then you ask, you can tell him of your experience with Yunsu. Alright. Yuri. I'm sorry to interrupt your thoughts, but before the day comes to a close, I must tend to my crops. Of course, you do. No need to apologize. Anything else to do? Would you mind if I joined you? Want to help? Sure, it's been a while since we did anything together. I'll come help out. That'll be nice. Yeah, Mr. Lee sucks. Even though I don't wish him dead, but he sucks. Spent the rest of the day in the field in front of her house. After all that work, I realized how hard this must have been for Suha to do alone. Doing this every day must have been exhausting. We went back inside before nightfall. It was I who prepared dinner. Since we had to get up early the next day, we turned in right around sundown. They're a married couple. Come on. They're like a married couple. Yeah, maybe it's the day 8 on this timeline. Okay, Yuri's house. Let me save. Hold on. Yuri! So I woke me up. She had already gotten ready. Do you sleep well? I don't know how you managed to wake up so early in the morning. Neither do I. I'm not an early riser at all. Okay, even when I go to work, I'm not a morning person. I got up and I looked outside. The sun was just peeking over the horizon. Don't worry, it's still very early. I doubt any of the Yanbans are awake yet. As do I. But tell me, with how little you sleep, how do you never seem tired? These days I'm actually sleeping longer than usual since I don't have to go to the market. But on normal days, I often take naps in the afternoon. Well, you seem in good health at least. I got a first-hand look at how hard your job is yesterday. I like it though. No one to order me around. I live how I please. There are people far more unhappy than I am. At least I have a roof over my head and food on my table. And don't forget where we came from. Life isn't easy when you don't have someone you can depend on. You've got me. Well, I think we should depart from Mr. Kim's as soon as possible, even if he isn't awake yet. Still, he's an early riser. He mustn't spot us. Are you really sure I should go? You must. Your account is essential if you wish to sway him. Alright. We prepared quickly and set off towards the Yanban district. When we arrived, there wasn't a single person to be seen. That didn't make Suha any less nervous, though. Still early, there's no one on watch. Let's go straight to Mr. Kim's. Now relax, Suha. I promise you, everything's gonna be fine. I believe you. Unless, of course, Mr. Kim dies. Then that would suck. I went to the gate and called for someone. The someone from the day before opened the gate. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry to call so early. I must speak with Mr. Kim. He has instructed me not to let anyone enter for the time being. If you have a message for him, I'll be sure to pass it along. That's a problem. I hadn't expected that response. I apologize for putting you in this position, but I must insist. I have confidential information about our killer, and I can only share it with Mr. Kim. It's of utmost importance that he hears this. One moment, I'll pass along a message. Closed the gate and went inside. Damn, I really hope he lets us in. If I were in his shoes, I want to be left alone too. True, but this is urgent. After a moment, the servant returned. He will see you. Please follow me. Thank you. We followed the servant into the small room I had gone in the day before. Please have a seat. Mr. Kim will see you shortly. Thank you. After a few moments, we heard footsteps coming from our direction. Who's Mr. Kim? He sat down in front of us. I could see the grief and exhaustion in his eyes. Good morning, sir. I'm sorry to disturb you so early in the morning, sir. I heard it was important. I decided to come see what you had to say. It is important, thank you, sir. I suppose you spoke with Mr. Lee yesterday? I did. I know how mad he is at me. It's a real shame because Mr. Lee is under a great deal of pressure right now, and I understand the position he's in. Horrible things are happening in our small village, and nobody was prepared for it. That being said, I reminded him that I still trust you, Yuri, so you shall continue your investigation. So I brief a sign of relief. I wanted to do the same. Thank you, sir. On that subject, I didn't know how to approach the subject without surprising the poor man. Yes, I think I have finally come to understand what has been happening and who's behind it all. But my answer may displease you. I'm listening. There's a Kumiho in our village. A what? So and I told him the legend we heard from the old monk. Mr. Kim listened attentively, with holding his comments until we were finished. I see. If you're telling me all of this, I imagine you must have a suspect. I do. Who? Yunsu, sir. Excuse me? Yunsu, Mr. Lee's daughter. Can you please explain how you reached this conclusion? Of course, sir. Do you know of her illness? I did, but I did not pry since it was a private matter. Naturally. Yet she's completely fine now. She is, and it's wonderful news. Though you must have more than that to name her as a suspect. I do, sir. Explain all the inconsistency I found in Yunsu's behavior. I told him of her sudden haughtiness, which was very unlike her. I told him of our discussion about her meeting Sua the first time in the market, leaving out the details of when the discussion had occurred. And so I described their real first meeting. She went on to explain Yunsu's slight attempts to weasel information out of her during their recent meetings. Finally, I stepped in to explain how the deaths of the doctor and the boxer had prevented us from learning the truth. So she behaves as if she were a completely different person. But that's not all. Yesterday, I tried to get the details of her recovery from the chateau. That's what stirred up his fury. It's like he has something to hide. He seemed to consider this. Are you under the belief that this atrocity has transformed itself into Sato's daughter and the Sato is turning a blind eye to the murders? I am, sir. I don't believe Mr. Lee had a hand in this. He's merely acting like any other father would, looking to protect his daughter. That being said, all the other findings line up perfectly. It is very worrying. I think we need to hear Mr. Lee's explanation before we take any action. That's why we came to see you. You're the only one who can reason with him. You did well to come. Called for his housemaid. Sir, summon Mr. Lee at once. Very well. She quickly left. I did not like the idea of subjecting Asato to an interrogation, but these murders cannot be allowed to continue. So many innocent villagers have lost their lives already. He will therefore be compelled to explain his side of the story and put our doubts at rest. Thank you for your help in the matter, sir. Though he had lost his own wife and daughter, he was the most concerned about the lives of the villagers. Poor man! Oh my god, I feel bad for Mr. Kim. Waited for a long time. Mr. Lee finally arrived. Good morning, sir. You wanted to see me? Please, have a seat. Yuri, so what are you two doing here? I instructed you not to bother Mr. Kim. Leave them be. They did well to come. Ah, well then, I defer to your judgment. You can see how uncomfortable that made him, especially when the order was coming from Mr. Kim. The reason I called you out of the blue is because I believe you also want to catch these fiends as quickly as possible. Absolutely, the killings must stop or to bring back peace and order to the village. Well then, Yuri, please ask the Sato any questions you may have of him. Sir, I'd like you to understand that I hold nothing against you. I'm just doing what I think is best for all of us. I know. Would you please first tell me who helped Suan and I find the homes we reside in? Why would you ask such a thing? Glance over at Suan, Mr. Kim. Well, I guess the purpose of my question. Do you remember? How could I forget? I handled it myself. That's correct. Oh. Mr. Kim nodded, and Suan finally understood why I had started with that question. I wanted to make sure we were speaking to the real Mr. Lee. Real Mr. Lee, oh my god. I know that you were offended by our discussion yesterday, and I'd like to apologize for having to ask. I'm not trying to intrude on your private life, and I have much respect for your daughter. You must know that walking into this. However, you must explain the circumstances surrounding her illness. But why? Mr. Kim, is it really necessary for me to speak of my daughter's personal affairs? You will explain everything, but until he does, you must trust him. He lowered his head. His voice took on a somber tone. The topic looked to be a sensitive one. He was reluctant to speak of it. As you seemed to already know, Yunsu fell ill several months ago. Rumors spread of her health, and it seemed as though every person in the village knew something of her situation. I called the village doctor, but he could not figure what ailed her. Her condition grew worse by the day. Yunsu is my only daughter. She is a true beauty and the apple of my eye. I would do anything to save her. It was not long until I received a visit from an old lady claiming to be a healer. She said that she had learned of Yunsu's illness and offered to treat her. And you trusted her with your daughter's health? I did. The day before you returned, in fact. She asked me to send Yunsu into the forest to the east sometime during the night. I did just as she instructed. After waiting for a time, Yunsu returned, and condition seemed to have improved. I never saw the healer again. Now you know of everything, see? No more need to worry about my daughter's well-being, correct? Why do you not tell me of this? I did not wish to disturb your personal matters, sir. Come now, you know I could have helped in some way. Wait, did you say the forest to the east? I did, yes. In the other timeline. There's a strange smell in the air. It reminds me of something, but I can't for the life of me think what it is. It's Yunsu's body! Oh, so is it Yunsu's corpse that was decaying? Oh my god. That's the smell of a decaying corpse. That monster! Are you okay? So I looked at my project and immediately understood it was shining again. Just like before, I've been given back a memory. This time I could remember it being lured into the forest, straight to my death. Why couldn't I have remembered that sooner? What I've gotten into. All this is connected. Oh my god. Actually, okay. First off, I really like that this game made it so that all the other endings that we experience, all the other timelines, actually is relevant to the actual story. Because in a lot of visual novel games, or games with multiple endings, usually your choices don't matter in the ending that you get. They're not related. You just have a choice in going back to that ending to change things. For example, one of them being Beacon Pines. In Beacon Pines, there are different endings. You can get various different endings, but technically they are not linked. You experience them, and it's great that you can see all different endings, but it's like they're not linked in any way, shape, or form. This one, however, they entwine it together. Oh, I like it so much. I like it so much. Okay, this is good. This is good. As much as my throat kills me whenever I play this game because I talk a lot, I like the story. Hey, what has gotten into you? Are you feeling alright, Yuri? I am, sir. Okay, this is a lot to work through. Where to begin? Mr. Lee, when you left your house, was Yunsu still there? Yeah, she should still be sleeping. Perfect. There's a matter I must take care of. I must ask that the two of you remain here and wait for my return. Do not go out under any circumstances. Mr. Kim, I'm going to ask you to look after Suha, please. Of course, Yuri. Mr. Lee, I believe Mr. Kim and Suha can explain what happened to your daughter. I have no time to waste. This ends today. Wait, Yuri, where are you going? Don't worry, Suha. I'll be back soon. Got it and walked out of the room. So he ran after me and grabbed hold of my arm. I mean, Suha. Wait. She looked worried. Don't be a hero, Yuri. You can't go out there alone. She was trying to stop me. Hold on. I might die, so let me save first. It's going to be alright. I have a plan. You trust me. You'll be safe here while I'm gone. I'll be back, I promise. I mean, I have the power of Suhoshin. I can return to the previous timeline, okay? Don't worry. I left Suha there at Mr. Kim's, determined to put this case to rest. Oh, there's a locked option. There's a locked option. So I think the locked option is to go back to what's her name's house, but okay. I'll save again. This one is the other ending that I died in, so I'm just gonna save over this one, okay? Because that one is not relevant anymore. Okay, I'll save this one. Only one option now, since we can't have to go to the forest. I can always unlock the other option later, as we know. So, to the forest. I can remember following someone into the forest a few days ago. I had to smell something rotting. I have to go back there and see what it is. Even if Yunsu really is the Kumiho, she's snoozing away at home. I shouldn't run into any problems. They don't know that. She doesn't know that I know yet. I left the Yama district at once, heading east. Even though I was on foot, I tried to hurry. As usual, the village was quiet. When I reached the village gates, the scene played out. Parts finished in my head. I was hiding up north when a figure appeared. I followed the hooded figure into the forest. Ah, those memories are so strange. I feel like I really lived through that moment. I just have to retrace my steps from this memory and find that hut. I took the small path that led toward the forest and reached its edge quickly. Would Yunbok be there though? Because I know Yunsu obviously would be dead at this point, but would Yunbok be there too? Like his body? At least it's bright outside this time. I'm able to see a lot better during the day. I can't remember the path I took. I just remember walking on and on. It will not be easy to locate such a small shack in the forest as large as this. As if I had any other choice. Made my way through the trees trying to remember where I'd gone, but I soon found that to be an impossible task. Made my way deeper and deeper into the forest, or so I thought. This looks familiar. I think I got turned around somewhere. I'm gonna have to take a more methodical approach. I stopped to consider what the approach might be for a few moments. That's it. I'll walk in straight lines and keep doubling back, planting a stick in the ground when I do to mark where I've been. That will help me find my way out later. Why did Suhoshin not show up and help us? Goodness sake, woman. I began picking up small branches and sticking them upright into the ground to mark my progression. This time, I successfully made my way deeper and deeper into the forest. This place is huge. I've been searching for a long time, but no sign of that hut. In my memory, I did tail my target for quite a while, though. Continue on. This place was a little unnerving. Not a single bird chirping or any other voice to be heard. I suddenly felt very alone. Oh, that's the place. In the distance, I could make out the shape of the wooden hut. I approached with caution. Please don't die this time, so I swear. Yes, this is it. So if I understand the situation correctly, Mr. Lee's supposed healer told him to send Yunsu this way. At least Yunsu must have come to the entrance of the forest. After that, I suppose the healer let her out to this shack. Before entering, I checked behind me to see that no one had followed me out here. Oh, that smell. No doubt about it, there's a dead body in there. I went inside, still keeping my guard up. It was dark. Daylight streaming through the trees allowed me to see more easily. The smell got so strong I had to cover my nose with my sleeve. Once inside the hut, I had no trouble making out the two bodies lying on the ground. Yunbok and Yunsu. Yunbok and Yunsu. Oh my word. The sight of it took my breath away. It was horrible. Sprayed out in front of me with the bodies of Yunsu and Yunbok. See, I told you. I told you. Yunbok was there. I told you. There are tracks of blood staining the dirt, suggesting they have been dragged in here. At a glance, I noticed that chests have been cut open. Both their hearts were probably gone as well. But I didn't have the heart to get close enough to check. I didn't have the stomach. Okay. Exactly what I thought. Yunsu has been dead for quite some time. Mr. Lee's healer must have been our Kumiho. I didn't expect to find Yunbok out here, though. It's hard to see him like this. I heard footsteps behind me, and the Kumiho's here, obviously. I might die. I have to retrace my steps. Who goes there? Oh, it's her. Oh, stuff. Oh, phew. Scared me. So you've finally come upon the truth. It's just you. You scared me. What are you doing out here? You should not be here. This place is dangerous. Wait! I tried to catch up with her, but she had disappeared once again. He came to warn me. Either way, I have all the information I need, including proof that Yunsu is indeed dead. I must hurry back. Just as I was about to leave, I heard the cries of a woman in the distance. That's Yula's voice! What's she doing out here? No, wait, did you follow me all the way out here? Yuri! No, this is the Kumiho! Of course it's the Kumiho! Like on the dark shore. Of course, you stupid! So, and we saw each other, she ran up to me, and then obviously she's gonna kill me. Looked terrified, as if someone had been chasing her. I'm gonna die. I'm going to die. So the Kumiho is here, she's trying to kill me. Calm down, right here. I am going to die. The refuge in my arms as she tried to catch my breath. As she did, I peered this way and trying to spot our monster. And I'm going to die, obviously. I'm so dumb. See, I told you, I'm so dumb. It's so obvious that she's the fox. Obviously, you stupid asshole. And if I intense pain in my abdomen, something sharp had just rammed into me. Oh, now this is voice, just stupid laughter. See, this is why people give a bad review for this game, because you're such a stupid fucking competent bitch. Okay? The monk already told you can take on any form. Suha is with Mr. Kim. They're not gonna let her come out here in the forest alone. You stupid fuck! You stupid fuck! I began to bleed out. Suha crackled. So how could you? My vision started to blur and I fell to my knee. You are dumb. You're so dumb. I was stunned in the last of my strength and lifted my head, so I was gone replaced by this monstrosity. You're so fucking dumb. Really? Did you really think you would make it out here alive? All my dirty little secrets. Collapsed to the ground. Once again, Kumiho outsmarted me, but there was one difference this time. I know all the information I need. Next time things will be different. She'll not be able to catch me by surprise. I can come back alive again. Sorry. I've died so many times now, it's hard to, Sure, why not? Save. Over and do it again. Choice. Unlock the other choice. Let's go. Am I gonna finish this game today? So Yunsu is the Kumiho, or rather the Kumiho took on her form. The real Yunsu has been dead for quite some time now. My poor friend Yunbok's disappearance. Hurts to know what happened to him, but there's nothing I could have done to prevent it. There's only one thing left to do. I must go and rid the village of this Kumiho. I set off towards Mr. Lee's house all the way at the end of the row. Once I got there, I checked to make sure I still had my dagger on my person. This time I'll be the first to strike. Should I try to sneak in? I really doubt I'll be able to get off a sneak attack, so maybe I should just approach her instead. I'm just gonna go and act like I have to have a chat. Without any further delay, I entered the Lee residence. I instantly went straight for the middle building. My lady? Are you there? It's Yuri. Door open. Must have been Yusu's room. She stepped out looking a bit surprised. What are you doing here? Who gave you permission to enter? Sorry, my lady. Didn't mean to frighten you. I'm here on behalf of your father. You expect me to believe that? I do. Then why not call from the main gate? Didn't they teach you any manners in Hanyang? Looked at me and took a step closer. Nothing to say for yourself? I think of something quickly. Listen, I just came to have a word with you. It's not safe here. Is that so? I'm worried about you. I see you without an escort far too often. Let me tell you what really scares me. When a man barges into my house and when I'm all by my lonesome. This sort of behavior is strictly forbidden. Even a lowly girl like you should know that. But I'll tell you what, I'm in a particularly good mood to this morning. Let me hear what you have to say. There's a room over there. You can have her chat this way. I feel like somehow she knows. She closed her bedroom door, walked past me. I felt close behind. Back was to me. Now's the perfect moment to strike. I probably put on my dagger, squeezing the handle. Oh my god! And then I pounced, and she's gonna obviously fight back. I'm surprised she dodged my attack at the very last moment. My forward momentum carried me to the floor, and my knife was now stuck in one of the wooden panels. I tried to pull the knife out. She immediately replied with an intense, powerful kick. First, the kick sent me flying down the hall. That's why you came. We had not revealed a true form. It was just as the monk had described. She had 9 long tails and the markings of ears of a fox. Darted forward, snatching a knife out of the floorboard as she approached. How long have you known? What, cack out your tongue? Should I say fox in this case? Or should I tell you anything? Point. Besides, all that matters now is that I haven't had a bite to eat since yesterday. And I'm absolutely famished. We'll make an excellent meal. I tried to scramble with my feet, but she was fast. Before I knew it, she was on top of me, thinking of fangs into my neck. I think it was too much to bear. I fell back on my knees. Is the Suhoshin ever gonna do anything? Would you mind being a bit quieter? Otherwise, I'll just have to finish you off right now, and that will spoil our fun. Since you have been such a brave little boy, how about I let you choose my next meal? You monster. So who will it be? Suar or Mr. Kim? Damn you. I've been waiting to see my teeth into Sua's budding heart for so long, but you always managed to get in my way. I should let her live just for a little longer, just enough time for your grief to season the flesh. I won't let you. Oh, you won't, will you? How exactly do you plan on stopping me? She was right. Unless some sort of miracle wrenched me from the clutches, I was going to die here. Even though I knew so much about her, now I still needed to learn more about how she took her previous victims. If I was lucky, I would carry these next memories with me. Wait. What do you do to Yunbok? Oh, that oath. What a disappointment he turned out to be. Almost too easy. The day after dispatching Yunsu, I went to him in the night. He turned to be that young Bond girl and made up some story. Blah blah blah, dagger, danger, blah blah, forest. He followed me like the idiot he was, never suspecting a thing. We were barely out of the village when I dealt the killing blow. I dragged him to my hut and had a snack. Honestly, I think I did the village a favor there. It was useless in the guard. How do you kill Yunsu? That idiot father of hers believed I was going to take care of this sick little thing. He sent her off alone in the middle of the night. I brought the poor thing straight to my lair after showing her my true form. I put her out of misery. What was that? Why? What a curious morsel. Well, must know it was the night before I killed Yumbuk. How do you kill Mrs. Kim? How do you sneak up on Mrs. Kim? I must admit that was a close one. I was almost spotted. I was already in the neighborhood watching the mother and daughter frolic about. They went into that small garden area, but then I saw the girl leave without the mother. Then it was just a matter of walking back in and dealing with the mother. It would have been like killing two birds with one stone if I managed to pin the murders on two of you. How very disappointing. How do you kill Yuna? How do you manage to convince Yuna to follow you? That innocent little Yamban girl? That one took patience. She was a homebody, always surrounded by people. I keep track of her movements. Then I finally found my chance when everyone went off to watch that idiotic display put on by the Baksu. I saw that her father had taken the housemates with him and left Yuna all by herself. Then it was just as simple as going to see her as Yunsu and suggesting that we take a little walk to cheer her up following the sad death of her mother. I still remember how delicious her warm, innocent heart was. So I think when we were killed by Yuna in the other timeline, it was this girl. She just took on the form of Yuna. And we just didn't know. Only problem was getting rid of the body so that no one would suspect the killer was hiding among the Yamban families. I just threw her into the pond and made an appearance at the square. That's when you bumped into me. Kumiho approached me, dagger in hand. That's enough questions. You're getting blood everywhere. I won't be able to scrub it out. Because of you, everyone will know the truth about Yunsu. I'm going to disguise myself as someone else. Too bad I enjoy living her life. Why are you doing this? What did we ever do to you? Finally, question worth answering. Let me tell you. Voice grew calm. A long time ago, several decades in the past, I met this dashing gentleman in Dongnae. So she kills and takes on forms. Yes, she can change forms. That's what the monk has said. So that's what she's been doing. He didn't know my true nature, but that was for the better, because at the time I still wished to become a real human. Time flowed on, eventually fell in love with me, we even got married. Everything was going so well, we were happy. But one day, due to a certain amount of negligence on my part, someone found out my true identity. I went to tell my husband. I was on becoming a true human by only a few days and ended up deciding to set out on my own. I wanted to leave them be, make a quiet escape, but they wouldn't allow it. I never harmed a hair on a single villager's head. If they tried to get him to kill me on the day I was going to leave, he couldn't go through with it. He killed himself soon after. Even after all that, they searched for me in desperate attempt to hunt me down. I was forced into hiding. I never forgave them. Those people robbed me of my happiness and my life with my husband. I swore revenge. For generations, I kept track of the descendants of the family who reported me. I waited long enough. It's about time I made them disappear. His family, you know them very well. Kim's. It was all about revenge. But these villagers aren't the same ones as the one who tried to hurt you. I did nothing to harm the Kim clan either. Starting in this village, I will take out the lot of you and draw the strength required to bring an end to the Kim clan. Now, time has talked, has passed. Time to eat. She walked forward. Unfortunately, I no longer have the strength to stand, let alone fight back. I should have never faced her alone. Even with all my training, I was no match for this beast. With one more person at her side, I may have stood a chance. Goodbye. Well, I come back to life, so it doesn't really matter how many times you kill me. I'll come back to life. I can come back to life, so why not? Sure, why not safe over? Why not? Okay. So this one and this one. Which alternate choice do I have though now? Because this one's death. There's a choice here that I can't go after. There's a choice here, but I'm not sure if that's relevant. And then there's the prologue choice. Let me just try and load it. This one doesn't change anything though, I think. I did both choices and both of it, like, got me killed. Right? Yeah, I did both choices. It both got me killed. It doesn't really matter at this point. Hidden choice, bitch. Revive back at the prologue and stop her from killing anybody. Okay. I'm gonna quickly head to that other option. Feeded my horse to a tree and filled my glass with water. Hope this will be last night. Okay. So the lady's gonna show up. Do I turn down the thing? Is that gonna be another ending? Let's see how much food is left. So a good supply of... Okay. I'm just gonna try and get through it quickly. Just like the prologue thing. It's gonna be... The lady... Okay, I'm gonna skip through all of this. This is... Okay. Skip. Okay. Do I turn it down and then the death just go on, or just kind of solve the case? Okay. Come on, hurry up. The same as a prologue, so I'm not gonna read everything again. Just want to unlock the thing. This is the hidden option. The other hidden option is just look at it. Look close at the notification was holding out to me. Why is she so determined to get this to me? Am I gonna get a flashback? Whoa! As the moon's ticket began to glow, the woman sat there in silence watching me. All the memories coming back. So we're back at the start. Doubt about this dead body in there and okay. First, just memory similarities, okay. I caught the Kumiho. Okay. This one's seeing the death of Suo. And then knowing her identity. And then all the other deaths, of course, the truth. Of course, my final death at Yunsu's hands, of course. What's all that? And she was just watching me, refusing to respond. I remember. You're a Suhoshin, right? She kept staring. Where did you stop shining? Where did all these memories come from? Was that all real? Is that all going to happen? Every memory was clear and vivid. The murders, the Kumiho, I could remember it all. Put the note again and slip it back into her pouch. I cannot be sure what will happen now. How do you do that? Every time the note lights out, I somehow remember future events that never come to pass. And you remember everything? I guess, hard to explain. Sure feels like all of that really happened. Should look completely unfazed by everything that was happening, but I was feeling rather confused. And it seems I have fulfilled my mission. All that's left for you to do is continue forward. What should I do? Do you not see what's to come? I saw it all. The memories are true. The Kumiho will kill Yunsu and take her place this very night. After that, the beast will start killing off the people in the village one by one, starting with Yunbok. I can't let that happen. No, you cannot. I'm gonna go and find Yunsu straight. Wait, is that all you have to say? She nodded and continued her way. Quickly, I lost sight of her. She doesn't have abilities as Suhoshin at all. Okay, she's gone. I have little time to waste. I wish to prevent the first murder. I must go to the village at once. It will take several hours if I ride at a normal pace, but I'm afraid I'll be late if I do. I have to ride a full gallop. Went over to my horse. You must be exhausted, huh, girl? I'm sorry, but I have to ask a little more for you. After that, you may rest. Pack up my things and put out the fire. Before I leave, I'm gonna need a plan. According to what I know, Mr. Lee is planning to send his daughter Yunsu into the forest sometime during the night. I did, the day before you returned, in fact. You asked me to send Yunsu into the forest to the east sometime during the night. My first step is getting to Yandong before Yunsu leaves. But once to stop this Kumiho, I'm gonna need some help. I can only think of one person up to the task. Yunbok. It'll be easier if we team up. I'll go wake him, then we head into the forest together. Once there, all that's left is to catch this Kumiho. Time to ride. I've wasted enough time. You could have been riding while you think of this, you know that? Got back on the horse and set off for Yongdong. I only had one thought in my head: getting there early enough to put a stop to this mess. We galloped on for hours and hours. Thankfully, the moon was shining brightly enough to light the way forward. Eventually, I arrived at the edge of the village and galloped straight on to Yunbok's house. It's late, and my horse is exhausted. No candles lit, everyone must be asleep. I didn't want to wake Yunbok's parents and cause panic, but I also had no time to waste. I jumped off my horse and crept to Yunbok's bedroom window. I tapped on the window. Yunbok! Okay, I know we're at the exciting part. Let me save first. I'll save over the death, why not? Okay, we're back at the prologue. And I know I'm probably really close to the end, but I really gotta pee. Okay, I really gotta pee. So I'm gonna take a pause here first. So for those of you watching the YouTube recording, I'm gonna pause here and be back real quick to finish up.